Mama told her son to turn up, I said okay bet. RIP my grandma, she said one day you
I'm gonna watch the video and see if there are any effects that we should recreate or we can recreate. We're gonna see what Cole and the team did on this one. I've been hearing some very good things about this video, so let's tap in and let's see what Cole and the team got going on. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. But yeah, let's get into this. Another late night.
Christmas.
Very nice film type. It's Christmas inspired. Ooh, that was hard. Jimmy Neutron tunnel effect. He recreated the sicko mode thing as well. The sicko mode thing. He recreated that bloodstreams into a wolf. Crazy. Crazy. Whip hands. Bro, this is a 3D model. I know he's done this in 3D. I saw the photo. I saw the photo, the behind the scenes. He did that in 3D. He recreated that car in 3D with the lights, everything, which is crazy. This is a run and gun video as well. Did the same thing for Lucky. He did the same thing for Lucky. This sort of like paper animation, scratchy sort of effect. He did it for Lucky. He looks crazy. Oh, look at all these transitions. These transitions are crazy. This is just a simple like just whip pan, bro. I think he did this at separate times and just like masked this together. Wouldn't allow Drake to like, you feel me, be this close to the car. Maybe what they did is just shot these at 2 different times and just masked them together. This is clean. This is clean. Bro, I did this effect before, the stop motion effect. Just masked and just leave them there. All these Christmas lights as well. Nah, this video is crazy. I'm messing with the whole palette, the whole multicolored LEDs for Christmas. Nice long take. Skid marks as well. Nah, it's crazy. See, this is what I saw. This is crazy. That's insane. Also, obviously, just seen from the video, they did a pretty cool chain sort of effect. So I went away and I tried to recreate the whole sort of swinging of the hammer thing, and I've got it to show you. I've got it to prove to you. So this is a screen recording inside of Blender, and like to start off, I took a screenshot of the video. I was like, okay, let me just work on a screenshot. Let me just model like a model off of the real life chain. It took me quite a while, not too long. I did the legs separately, and I sort of imagined here, I sort of imagined there what the arm sort of shape would look like. And I thought, let me break down the model into like the main part, the other leg, and then the head, and then the hammer, instead of just doing it as one big model. I thought with just multiple parts it will just look a bit better. Did the main body first, a circle for the head, and I sort of meshed that into one. Instead of trying to do like the whole leg again for the other leg, for the left leg, I just, you know, selected part of the right leg and just copied and pasted it, and then yeah, just sized it up. And I think I did change it a bit to fit the actual screenshot that I had. But yeah, I'm just showing you guys just my process in it. So yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good to start off with, just as like an outline. I realized I hadn't connected these dots still. I don't think it's fill up right now, but yeah, that's a whole body. Right, then what I did, I filled the whole thing. So I gave the whole thing some, like, before it was basically just an outline, and what I did, I made the whole thing into like a mesh, so it has a face, and then I made a sort of indent onto it. I could have made this design a lot more crazy. I could have added like diamonds in the middle of it, but I was pressed for time. I was like, let me just try, and my heart is to get like an easy sort of model going, because the original chain is a lot more like complex. But yeah, I was just like trying to model just a simple sort of like chain sort of object. So yeah, after I made it like a full body, I then extruded it, tried to make it a bit 3D, and then I think I indented it here. Yeah, then I indented it, and then that allowed me to sort of drag it down to give it that sort of depth that you would see in an actual like chain or like a bevel. As you can see in the real one, there's like diamonds there and all sorts. Yeah, I could have made it a lot better, but you know, if we had more time. This is just, you know, this is just the basics. I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning. Now I did the same sort of thing with the hammer, just did the outline. Doesn't matter if it's rough, you know, I could have made this a lot more polished, but I wanted to make it look just a bit rough, and then I did same sort of indent. There we go. That's already looking pretty good. I was just trying to mimic. I duplicated the main body. This is just a plane on the floor. I'm trying to build just a simple scene here, so I just added like a plane. And then this landscape, I wanted him to like hit into a hill. I was like, okay, let me add this landscape and let me make it as smooth as possible. I probably should have added more hills around just to make it look more realistic. I could have added like more hills in the background. Then I think I split this. I sort of found like a good sort of height. So at this point I've split the mound, the sort of hill, and I've made it a bit smaller. And then, as you can see, like in the right hand side, I've added some physics, I've added some collisions. So what I did, I didn't add any physics for the hammer physically hitting it. I'm sort of faking the effect of the hammer hitting like the hill. What I did add particles to the landscape, and I set them to last for 3 seconds. At 15 frames, that's when the particles are released. And I did add a collision. No, I added an explosion. Constraint, I think, or a modifier. I can't remember. I think either a constraint or modifier, or in the physics tab, I added an explosion effect, so that at 15 frames the particles explode, and spread. I added a collision tab to the floor, so that when the particles sort of explode, they don't just like pass through the floor, they like actually act on the plane. So like it's like this plane is actually a real life floor. So when the particles like explode, they like just bounce around on the floor, and it looks realistic. You don't want the particles to be like falling through like the floor. Here I was just messing around with the animation. I decided to make it a lot smaller, and then I had to change like where like the point of rotation is. Long story short, I just changed where I want like the rotation to be on the body of the chain, and I changed the rotation point of the hammer. So instead of like it rotating up here, I try to make it rotate over there. It's actually better to just create like an empty, make that empty be the thing that moves instead of the person moving, instead of the hammer moving. It's just a smarter way to play things. Then yeah, I timed it so that when the hammer sort of hits the mold or like hill, that's when the particles explode. I think that's at frame 15. And then I just messed around with the animations, try to mimic the sort of swing and walk away bounce that they did in the video. Played around with the lighting, and then I just decided to make it like a spotlight to aim directly and follow and track the empty, so it tracks the person. It doesn't move away from the person. Found some materials online. I added sort of like a metal material to the chain. I didn't like how sort of boxy and rigid it was looking, so I decided to sort of smoothen it out and make the chain sort of more smooth. So I shaded it smooth. When I'd add certain materials, when I try to render it, some of the parts would be like transparent. So the hill material and the ground material, the floor material, they're two different materials. I don't know why. If someone in the comments can like let me know what's up with that. Like I tried to have them be the same material, and when I rendered it, I tried to render it, it just wouldn't work. It looks all good up here, but then when I got to rendering, it just didn't render. I sort of made the camera track and locked on to like the person, the sort of chain thing. So when he swings, when he moves, the camera moves perfectly with him, which is like a lot easier than me trying to like move it perfectly to be in the center of the frame. And what I did do, I tried to copy in the video how they like zoom in, how the camera is actually animated. So I did do that a bit, and to sort of get like a cool like 3D effect, I added some depth of blur, some motion blur, the camera focus on the subject. After a lot of passes, we get this. It's quick, it's only 2 seconds, like it's really quick. If I had a couple more days to do this, I'm sure we could have made this look so much more crazy. But it's just possible that anything you see in videos, anything you see just about, like, you can do it yourself. I just wanted to do this cool little exercise because I'm just trying to up my sort of 3D creation skills. It's like top 3 I've seen on Lyrical Lemonade, real talk. Like in terms of like videos and like video production, it's probably top 3. Shy, just lights in the face, glares, and then I think this is a static shot, so on a tripod. Then I've probably just zoomed in manually, I think, into the chain. Match cut it here. So this is a 3D animation. This is 3D now. 3D. Then match cut it to this, which is crazy. Just match cuts in 3D. That's all it is, bro. A lot of whips and pans. And, this is real fly. You can tell they had fun with this as well. A lot of different type of like shots. You got that boy got the 20 piece. I don't know if this is real. I think this is real. I think the Christmas LEDs are real. I think they are. Because look at the bokeh on it and the way that the camera pans. I don't think it would kind of be really hard for them to. It just looks too realistic for it to be fake. No, that's real. That was an FPV drone. That must have been an FPV drone. Yeah, that's an FPV drone. I'm building an FPV drone as well. New video coming soon. They must have shot this late. Like 3 a.m. type of late. Let's level up, man. Shout out to all these guys for real. That's top 3 cold better videos. Top 3, bro. Top 3, bro. He went crazy. He went like this. That's a very Gibson Hazard inspired. But shout out to I think he's Reduciano, the guy who did the animation. Crazy.